Hi guys, and welcome to my first Sunday coffee chit chat. I'm Sarah Evans. I am an Akashic Records reader, Reiki master, yoga teacher, and channel for the Pleiadians, and I'm the host of the Into the Blue channeling podcast. And I've been feeling like on Into the Blue, I've been increasingly wanting to chat and share about things that are happening with me and things that I've experienced in this spiritual journey to this date. And so I wanted to start this off, and I don't know if it's going to be weekly or fortnightly or maybe even less, but I thought I'd give it a go, see if anyone enjoys it. So if you would like to join me for a coffee and a little chat, gather round. And today I want to discuss what happened with the 3-eye atlas when it got closest to Earth on the 19th of December. And to anyone finding this, disclaimer, this is a spiritual place. I have experiences that maybe are not ordinary to everybody. And if you strongly feel that the 3-eye atlas is just a comet, it's just a comet that happens to have done what it did and go around the sun and pass right by Earth and now is going over to Jupiter, well, fine. You have, the opportunity to experience reality however you wish. In my reality, however, I've been channeling for some time through the Pleiadians that the 3-eye atlas has been highly activating, that it's actually a Pleiadian mothership. And so I was getting increasingly excited leading up to the 19th of December to see what would happen, right? And however, I'm in the UK and the closest moment of passing was actually at 5 a.m. UK time. So I did go to bed. I'm a mum as well, so I did put my child to bed and then I went to bed and I had a perfectly ordinary sleep, I think. Until, so what happened to me is I woke up at 4:44. I looked at my radio alarm clock. It was flashing at me. So my radio alarm it's a Philips alarm, and it's got a light fitting in it, and my guides like to make it flash at me when they're trying to get my attention. Okay, so seeing my alarm flashing at me was quite standard to me, but I saw the time was 4:44, and then I realised, looking around my room, that I wasn't alone. And again, if this is not in your wheelhouse, fine, continue on. But I had greys in my room at 4:44 a.m. on that morning. I had, so greys are when you think of an alien, although I don't like that term, when you think of an alien, you think of this. Big black eyes. They are, in fact, grey. They're quite small. They're quite short. They're about the size of maybe like an 8-year-old human. And they were in my room. And I was like, okay, cool, fine. And they basically said, get up, go and experience this. So okay, so I got up, and I went downstairs. I opened out our front windows, opened up the curtains. I was looking in the sky. I do remember that the moon felt vivid, and the stars felt very vivid, and I was looking at the sky, and obviously I'm not going to see much with the naked eye, right? I mean, I am clairvoyant, but I'm not, I was just enjoying it. And I also got onto YouTube, and I went to one of the live streams that were on YouTube, and I was just kind of like chatting with some other people who were already situated. Obviously, if you're in the in North America, then it was quite a good time, particularly Pacific time, to just be like, okay, let's sit and enjoy whatever this is. Okay. So at the moment, so I was standing in the window, and me being me, I was kind of feeling quite in the zone and excited. And I was just standing in the window for the moment that the Three-Eye Atlas was the closest. And I felt such an amazing sensation right into my heart chakra, right into the heart center. I felt this like just overwhelming, powerful stream of energy just flowing right into my heart chakra. I have actually spoken to quite a few of my clients who experienced an heart-related activation that day, also from the Three-Eye Atlas. And so that's what I experienced. It just felt like amazing. And I just stood there with my hands open. I was just like, I accept the activation. I accept this heart-based activation. Or something like that. I can't remember the exact words. I actually did put in the community notes actually on Into the Blue of what happened that night, so you can go and look at that. But yeah, I just said I accept it, but it just felt amazing. Just absolutely amazing. So yeah, so that was my Three-Eye Atlas experience. I would love to hear from anybody watching or listening to this about whether you've had an experience. It doesn't have to be that particular night. Obviously, the Three-Eye Atlas has been on its course around the sun. And actually reminds me, so that's another story, which I also shared in the community posts on Into the Blue on YouTube. So when the Atlas was going round the sun, I had very interesting experiences too. So I experienced when it was behind the sun, it was kind of like sending activations from the sun towards Earth, right? And I started to see the rays of sunlight as rainbows, so like basically the full spectrum colours. So I was looking at the sun, or well, not really, hopefully, but I was looking to the side and I was seeing this rainbow rays of light coming from the sun, and the sun was glowing purple for a few days there. When the Atlas was around the back of the sun was glowing purple. And it's not just me saying this. I've seen online a lot of other people making these comments, but I experienced that as well. I can put in the community notes some photos I took of these experiences. I also got so I was taking photos and I was getting a lot of green orbs, and I was trying to take these photos of this amazing like purple sun and rainbow rays and all of that fun stuff. And then since all of this, my just vision, so not just my inner vision, but my vision is I've been seeing halos of full spectrum light around everything. Like I look at a light and I will see the full halo coming off it. I look out the window and I see full halos coming off things. It feels like everything, I mean, the Pleiadians just say this, it feels like everything has been activated and like upgraded through these happenings. And of course, as I record this, as I say these words, the Three-Eye Atlas is not finished yet, right? It's still heading towards Jupiter. I can't remember exactly when it's meant to be arriving near there, but obviously it's the situation is still unfolding and it's very exciting to me. And obviously if you found this channel, you're into multidimensionals, you're into ETs, you're into UFOs, UAPs, all of this. And it's likely that you have had your own experiences. So I would love for you to share in the comments about your experiences. I've also, by the way, so one of my greater visions for Into the Blue is for it to be more of a community space. Like, I mean, obviously I can channel, I can do these kind of videos, all well and good, but I would really love for it to be more of a two-way community. And with that in mind, on YouTube, I have activated the public posts. So if you're a subscriber, and in fact, if you're not a subscriber, go hit subscribe right now, because that's going to help me too. But if you're a subscriber, you can write a post or share some photos in the community page, and obviously keep it relevant. And I think I put the moderation in, so I have to like approve or whatever, just as kind of like, you know, for safeguarding or whatever. But like, if you've got something you want to share, or something, maybe a synchronicity, maybe something or an experience from what I've channeled from the Pleiadians that you want to just kind of speak to or share, I would really, really love for people to start sharing back, and just kind of like have this as like a safe space community. I do also, I know I'm probably getting a bit ahead of myself here, but I do also have a sensation that I would really love to do some sort of group container. There's so many amazing people that I've spoken to that have found this podcast and then booked a private session with me for Akashic Records reading or Reiki or whatever they are interested in. But I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to do something like that eventually. It's just a case of like not wanting to take on too much too soon, because I have just launched the one-to-one coaching program. Should I talk about that again? I'll talk about it really briefly. I don't want people to keep thinking, oh gosh, it's going on about it again. But to be fair, I only launched it 2 weeks ago, so give me a little bit of a slack. But I'm so excited about this. And to be fair, I have been a spiritual mentor for quite some time. And I have many clients who have come to me for over a year or 2 years. We've worked through stuff together, basically, and I've provided coaching, for obviously very open-minded coaching, and using all my tools. As an Akashic Records reader, I can, tap into your Akashic Records, receive information from your guides, from your loved ones, from your higher self. In fact, that's one of the key things. And I'll do a whole other video about the higher self, I think, because that's really important. But then obviously offering Reiki and just kind of having a one-to-one environment that's really working through whatever's needed in your spiritual awakening journey. And I just remember how amazingly lost and confused I was for I want to say over a decade. I'll be frank. Whereas if I had found someone like I am now to be someone to mentor me through this process, that would have been a complete game changer. So I want to kind of provide this opportunity to anyone who's going through a lot. In fact, the people going through the most are the people I most want to hear from, because I want to help you. I am, out of everything, I would actually say, if I had to label myself one thing only, I would label myself as a healer. I am a healer. I want to heal. I want to help you heal yourself. And so whatever life is throwing at you, and whatever life will throw at you this year, if you need somebody to work with and to help through all of this energy that we're going through, I'm there for that. Anyway, so this is the end of my first coffee and chat session. Not sure if I'm going to call it that or call it something else. But if you have any questions, actually, if there's any topics that you want me to cover in a future one of these, please do share. And like my channeling, it's probably going to be quite varied, but also quite fun and hopefully uplifting. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, and if you can share, if everybody watching this can share with one spiritual friend or acquaintance that would also benefit from receiving this podcast, that would be amazing. Please. I put on my vision board actually that I am going to hit the 500 subscribers this year, because with 500 subscribers, that's when the YouTube ad revenue can begin. So that's kind of like my goal for this year. But hey, I can, if it can happen this quarter, like this, the first 3 months of the year, then even better. But I am trying to get a little bit more visible, a little bit more open. I'm feeling much more comfortable about things than I used to. So yeah, please do share with anybody you know that would enjoy these messages. Obviously, like everything, you have to use your discernment. But I would really be so grateful. And thank you for listening, and take care, and have a wonderful week ahead. Bye.